All right, everybody. So let's get started. Welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today, we're going to do an Elevate 3.0 tips and tricks workshop. We're going to have like a little tour of the site from the beginning to the end, which is when you ultimately create your listing and it's sent to us for our approval. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the chat box or interrupt me. There is no issue there. Okay, so let's get started. Right now, I've been logged out of Elevate.ac because I'm going to show you from the get-go how you confirm your email and how you ultimately start on the site. So once you log in, once you go and search on the search bar for market.elevate.ac or elevate.ac, you will be redirected to this page right here. Let me show you. So it's very easy. You will be directed to this page where you can find all of our categories, all of our listings that are live. We have a variety of categories: leadership, diversity, mental health, sustainability, digital, business skills. However, if you find that you don't identify with any of the categories here, I would suggest selecting anything else. And what we do is that we gather various types of listings. We see what the demand of our users is, and ultimately, if we find that there are various listings that identify with a certain category, we will create that and we will migrate your listings to that category. We are a new site. It's about 2 months old, 3 months old. We're growing day by day and we're constantly looking for ways to improve. So if you have any suggestions, you can let me know and we will review them with our team. And all of your feedback really does help and makes a difference. So once you're here, if you don't have an account yet, you go to sign up on the top right hand corner. Click on sign up and you create a new Elevate.ac account. You enter the email address. This one is already in use because it's mine. Your first name, your last name, you create a password, you confirm it, and you select your main purpose. So we get two types of users on our site. We get sellers, which are elite experts, trainers, coaches, speakers looking to monetize their skills. And we've got buyers that are looking for the experts. So in order for a buyer, a company, a client to be able to buy your listing or contact you or anything, they have to have an account. So this is why we have this option here in order to identify who is signing up and is a buyer and is interested in purchasing your listings. Accept the terms of use and privacy policy. I highly suggest reading. It's very important to always read, even if it's like 3 pages long. Not that we're hiding anything, but it's always important to read what's on the privacy policy and the terms of use. We here have general conditions, frequently asked questions, what Elevate is about, how we operate, what data we process, etc. If you have any questions on that, let me know. And after that, I agreed to receive occasional emails from the Elevate.ac team and understand that I can change my mind at any time. So we do send occasional updates about the new listings, new users, changes to the site, etc. If you don't want to receive these emails, that's fine. If you do and you regret it afterwards, you can change this in the configuration site on the section. I will show you how to do that. So after that, you just create an account and you should receive an email. Make sure to check your spam, your junk, and you should get an email that says the following: confirmation instructions to join Elevate.ac. So it will have your name, hi, Victoria in this case, confirm your email to join Elevate.ac. You have to click on this red button here and you'll be redirected to the page. you'll be able to sign in. I will sign in so I can show you around, and it's that easy. It's not difficult at all. But if you do have any, sorry about that. If you do have any questions, you can always contact me and let me know if I can help with anything. So it's important to remind you guys that we are a community of speakers and experts. We're working to provide knowledge and improve lives to companies, to organizations. We do have a very diverse portfolio with all of the categories that I just mentioned. And we are growing day by day. So it would be wonderful for you to join our community. If you have any questions about us or you would like to know more, you can go here to the About section, learn about what we do, the backstory, where we started. Actually, we started making master classes in 2019, how it works. So here we have like how to get started. It's basically what we do on this workshop, but here we're live, we're answering questions. But I do have this here because sometimes people aren't able to come to the workshop, but they can watch the replay. Frequently asked questions, they're all on here. And if you ever have an additional question that's not on here, you can obviously let me know, contact me. You can contact me through the marketplace, but you can also contact me directly to my email. Perfect. We also have our learning and support zone. That's right here. So learning zone. This is learn.elevate.ac. And here is where we have our e-learning site, our master classes. To be able to access these master classes, we do offer a pro and an elite membership. That's only $19.95, and you will be able to access all of these master classes from our fabulous members. So we have leadership, resilience, ESG, we have organizational leadership and DEI, etc. So if you have the time and would like to check this out, we highly recommend it. And if you have questions on membership, also let me know. Perfect. So let's get back to the marketplace. And let's get started. So we already saw how to create a new Elevate account. Let's go to our profile settings. So once we are on the site and we're signed in, it's easy to navigate through the site. So we hover over our image here and we have 4 different options. So we have inbox, my listings, profile, and settings. Let's go to settings first. And let's build our profile in 5 easy steps. So make sure to add your full name in the display name here in the display name field. This way clients can find you easier. So sometimes many members have added their organization name, but the issue is, I'm going to show you right here. Right now I have my full name, Victoria Vajada, and when people come onto my profile, this is what they see. However, if I add my organization name, they will see Elevate. So when they search for Victoria Vajada, this isn't going to be like search engine optimized and they won't be able to find me easier. So I do recommend adding your full name here in the display name. And if you would like to add your company name, you can add it here in the About You section below. Select your username. So your username is used as part of the unique URL of your profile page. Sorry about that. My cats have gone crazy. And like it says here, your username is used as part of the unique URL of your profile page. You can only use letters and numbers for your username without spaces. When you change your username, your URL will automatically change and your previous URL will not be redirected. The old username will become available for other users. Then we have the location. So even if you're offering virtual sessions, adding your current location or the location you would like to be associated with is very recommended. This way, for example, when we're running ad campaigns, if we're running them in Colorado or in New York or in Los Angeles, your name will be picked up. So if somebody searches for speaker in California, so that's the main reason of why it's important to add your location. Phone number isn't very necessary. We do recommend adding your best headshot in high resolution with your face centered. The profile picture should be in a square format, 1:1 ratio, for example, 800 by 800 pixels. And then we have the About You section. So please add a detailed bio of yourself. This is like the first impression clients are getting from you, so it's highly important. Include information about your career, who you've worked with, your expertise, and after this, select your main purpose if you haven't done so yet, and you can add an inspiring life lesson. So this is my profile, but I wouldn't use it as an example because I'm not a pro like you guys. Let's see, for example, Rob Salafia's profile. So he kept it very simple, what he does, his specialties, his experience, who he's worked with, his inspiring life lessons. And then we have his listings, his wonderful headshot. So this is a great example of what you should do. After this, you can just save the information and you're good to go. After, we recommend setting up your payment settings. But before we do that, I'm just going to give you a small tour of how things work here. So after profile info, we have listings. So if you have any active listings, they're going to appear here. Sorry. If you have listings that are pending to be approved by our team, they will also appear here. The status would be pending or in approval. You have the information of when you created your listing, when you last updated it, the category it's in, etc. Then we have transactions. So once you start selling, this is where it's going to appear, who bought it, when, what's the sum, etc. Then we have account where we can add a new email address. Here is where you can select if you want to receive notifications or not. You can change your password, delete your account, and then we have notifications. So you can personalize how frequently you want to receive our newsletters, our emails, and email notifications. So when somebody sends you a message, comments on your listing, etc., you can decide if you want to receive the message in your personal email. You will, if you have that option ticked, you will get the email here in your inbox in the marketplace, but you will also get it to your personal email. So I suggest having that on. You can save the information. And finally, we have payout preferences. So it is important for you to add this information. Why is that? It's important also that you know that at Elevate, we charge a 15% commission for the services and support that we provide. The other 85% goes directly to your account, so it's fundamental you fill out your payout preferences. If not, the transaction won't be able to go through. So once done, you should see a message that I'm going to show you right here. And it's this one right here. So your bank account details configured successfully. You are now all set to receive money to your bank account. Let's go back. And I can't do the exercise with you because I actually am in Colombia. I don't have a US account, and the Stripe platform doesn't support my country. But if you have any questions, we can obviously jump on a Zoom call and I will help you with that. So if there are any questions, let me know in the chat box. I'm going to pause right there and I'm going to leave a little space for your questions. So let me know. Okay, wonderful. So after you finish setting up your payment settings, let's see how to create a listing. It's very simple. All you have to do is click here on this red button on the top right-hand corner of the page where it says Expert Start Here. So you click on that. And now you're able to select a category of the ones that we have right here. As I explained before, if you don't identify right now with any of these, you can choose anything else, and we will make sure to create categories as they're required. So let's just, as an example, select the leadership category. And then we have to fill out all of these fields to create a listing. So the first thing to keep in mind is that we really need a keyword-rich title for your offering. It's very necessary for you to make it clear, make it eye-catching. So if somebody reads your title, they're automatically going to know what this listing is about, and they're going to be interested to come to the description, to scroll down to the description and learn more about your listing. If your listing is keyword rich, if your listing title is keyword rich, then it will help us in the rating when somebody makes a Google search, for example. So it does really help us with search engine optimization. You are able to price as you wish. If you would like, you could go to our home page and see, for example, how much people are charging for leadership listings or how much people are charging for diversity listings. You could average and base it off that. However, if you feel most comfortable pricing with your own standards, that's perfectly fine. Next, we have the detailed description section. You can format using Markdown. If your description contains YouTube links, the videos will be shown below the description. So we highly recommend adding a detailed description for your listing. You can add information like who it's directed to, what this person or this client or this company is going to get out of this list, out of the session with you. Also, any other topics and additional information that you may find important. And as I mentioned before, you can add a YouTube video to complete your listing. All you have to do is paste the link in the description box, and when saved, your video will pop on the page. So I'm just going to show you an example right now. Let's see. So here we have one of our DEI members, Sabrina A. Townsend. She has this DEI and boundaries in the workplace listing. She has this image that is in high resolution. It occupies the whole space for the image. We are trying to avoid gray spaces because as I spoke before, regarding the keywords, images also help our ranking position in Google search. So if you use, for example, a portrait sized image, it's going to show gray sides, and we're trying to avoid that. So if you can use like a landscape size or a 660 by 440 pixels image, this would be best. So here she has about this Elevate speaking session, what's included, a little description, and finally her YouTube video. If you don't have videos or if you don't know how to edit videos, you can send them to me and I will make sure to edit them, upload them, and add them to your listing. So it's complete. I can help you with that. You just let me know. Perfect. So after we've added a detailed description, we recommend selecting one out of the 6 delivery types because when filtering, it might get confusing when this listing pops up on a speaking filter, on the workshop filter, coaching, etc. And we obviously know that these types of sessions have different prices. So what we recommend doing is if you want to create a speaking session for the same topic of a workshop session, we would recommend creating 2 separate listings. For the modality, you can choose from live via Zoom, live in person, or video on demand. We actually have these 2 options here for the masterclasses that we started filming and posting online. So most of our initial members that started with Elevate do have masterclasses and select this option here, these options here. Then we have running time, so you can select from 30 minutes up to multiple months. If you find that something's missing here, you can let me know and I'll add an option. And finally, the location. So the location should automatically be here if you updated this field in the settings section. If not, you can just add it on. And finally, the image. I already talked a little bit about this. So for best results, use JPG, GIF, or PNG images that are 660 by 440 pixels in order to avoid gray sides and to be best rated in the search results. So I'm going to show you another example. Let me come here. So here's an example of what gray sides look like. If you compare this to another listing of Rob, you can see that it looks much better. Oh, this one also has gray sides. Here we go. So it looks much, much better when it covers the whole area here. So here he has about this Elevate 2-hour live virtual learning program. He prices per person, a description. He adds it's a 2-hour virtual session. We will work on the following concepts and skills. So he lists them here. And let's see one final example. So here we have Alfred. 3 up and 3 down, be more persuasive and influential in Zoom meetings. So here we have many keywords. We have more persuasive, influential Zoom meetings. So obviously when somebody reads this title, they're going to get a great idea of what he's offering. Here he has his description, what's included, and ultimately the YouTube video. Let's go back. So here I have a button that says post listing. However, that's because I have admin rights. What's going to appear on your account is submit for review. So after you submit for review, our team is going to be notified and we will work hard to make sure that your listing goes live as soon as possible. We review everything, we proofread, we see that the listing description has all of the elements that we usually look for, so it's search engine optimized. If something's missing, we will make sure to contact you, give you feedback of what's missing, and we'll work with you to ultimately create the best listing possible so it goes live. Perfect. So finally, the last element I would like to talk about is on your listing. You can see that we have various options here. So we have, all right, let me move this here. We have your image, we have your title, we have the description, we have a video element, which is great. She, for example, only selected one delivery type, her modality. And here in the public discussion, it's a space where you can invite your audience to rate your listings and leave a review about this offering. To better your listing, the better your listing and the more complete, and if it has reviews, we will be able to support you with Google Ads and deep analytics. So we highly recommend doing this, adding reviews. For example, she has a wonderful image here. She has her location, and on her profile, just to make like a little summary, we know what she is a CEO of. She is a leadership and executive coach. So what she does, she's also a TEDx speaker. So she has experience speaking live to many people. Detailed biography, her clients include, so who she's worked with, and she added a client review here. So it's a very complete profile, and she has a wonderful image of herself. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about was help us grow. So we are a small community and we're growing day by day. So it really helps to support one another. So when visiting other members' profiles, you're able to follow them to keep up with their updates. their new listings, and more. So as I said, we are a growing community and every bit of support helps. So this is a place where you can contact Sharisa if you have any questions. You can follow her, and as well, your clients, companies that come onto your profile can ultimately contact you directly, and you will get this message in your inbox here where I showed you. And if you have the option on, you will also get it to your personal email. So if you ever have any more questions that I can help with, you can contact me at victoria@elevate.ac, or you can email me through the Elevate 3.0 Marketplace. We would like to invite all of you to our Friday strategy workshop. It's a small space. It's a 1-hour space that we have on a weekly basis where all of our members come on. And for example, the newcomers also come, they introduce themselves. Everybody meets everybody, their expertise, what they have experience in, and we also give a 20-minute space to one of our members each week so they can share something about their expertise, a topic of their expertise, and ultimately it's for all of us to leave with something for our personal and professional lives. So I send the invite every single Monday. We highly recommend coming. We would love to have you there. And without further ado, thank you very much for joining me. If you have any questions, please leave them in the chat box. And also, if you're interested in our enterprise services and what we usually do for companies, I'm going to send you a link with our presentation, so you can check that out and let us know any questions that you may have. Finally, before leaving, I'm also going to leave in the chat box our LinkedIn. So make sure to follow us to keep up to date with all of our posts. We try to be very active there and bring along our community to comment, share, like, bringing valuable posts every single day. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.